Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and in today's video, we're going to do an in-depth Vonage mobile app demo for 2023. And here with me, I have Dwight Martin with Vonage. Dwight, first and foremost, thank you for being here, and how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for inviting me. This is a treat, so I'm really excited to get into it.
Yeah,
Thank
man,
you.
I'm really excited to have you here. And for the viewers, it's been a while since we've done a Vonage mobile app demo. So I'm actually pretty excited to kind of show them what's under the hood. I know there's a lot of the same, and then there's also a lot of new things that have come to the Vonage platform since we last did one of these. Before we jump into this, Dwight, first and foremost, can you let the viewers know what your specific role is at Vonage?
Sure, absolutely. So again, my name is Dwight. I'm a solutions engineer here at Vonage. I work out of the Atlanta office. My team is composed of four other engineers that I work alongside with, but I've been with the company. Actually, I just crossed over my 10-year mark, so I've
Wow.
definitely seen the growth of the
Congrats.
product, like you mentioned. Thank you. Yeah, I've seen all of the iterations, and yeah, so it's really exciting the things that we're doing here at Vonage, and I'm happy to share some of that with you today and your audience.
Cool, man. So, one last question before we jump into the actual screen share. As you know, Vonage has been around for what? I think at the time of this video, 21 years, I believe. I think they're on their 21st year.
Yep, 21 going on 22 years. Yep.
Yep. So, as far as I was concerned, I've always considered Vonage as like a household name. Everybody knows who they are and what they are. But I'm sure there's still a lot of people out there who may not know what Vonage is. For the people that are watching who this is the first time they've heard that name, they don't know what Vonage is. Can you just quickly and briefly state who Vonage is and what they do?
Absolutely, absolutely. So Vonage is a global provider of unified communication services. We also provide contact center solutions, and we even have an API division that provides communication APIs for businesses. And our customer base goes all the way from the small to medium-sized business all the way up to enterprise level customers. So, like you said, we've been around for quite a while, and
Yeah.
we just handle a whole host of things, but that's really the core of our offerings.
And for those of you watching, he really isn't kidding. I think for those of you who frequent the channel, you know that Vonage has been in our top three most, not only most recommended, but also most requested providers from our viewers here on our YouTube and social channels for years. We ourselves use Vonage for quite some time, for over a decade and a half. So we're no stranger to Vonage as well. And Dwight is correct. It serves many different businesses of different sizes, like all across the spectrum. We've seen people with one employee, people with 100, and people with many more than that. So I've talked to viewers enough about who Vonage is, what they do, and all that. So let's jump straight into the screen share of the mobile app. So first and foremost, can you show the viewers the general dial pad, like how to like make calls or what that looks like in the actual mobile app?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you can see here on the screen, this is the Vonage Business Communication mobile app. It's really the one-stop shop for your remote users, anyone that needs to have access to all of their business line of communication, all inside of one application. So, as you can see the layout here, we have all of our elements of communication from messaging to making phone calls, the dial pad, even Vonage Meetings, our conferencing solution, is built right into the mobile app, as well as access to your corporate contacts and any personal contacts that you have given access for Vonage to have the ability to see. So down here in the center, this is the dial pad. Again, clean and easy to use
Yeah.
UI. So this is really where, if you were making an outbound call where you'll be dialing from, this is the dial pad.
Okay. Show me a little bit of like the call history, because obviously the dial pad, as you stated, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty self-explanatory. Let's say somebody like myself has woke up in the morning. I see that I've got some missed calls. Like, what does that look like to be able to see call history in the mobile app? Because as you know, the whole benefit of the mobile app is it is a segregated call history from their personal cell phone number. What does that look like?
You described it exactly right, friend. So the idea and where we find or our customers find the most benefits with the mobile app is that it does isolate their business calls and keep those totally separate from their personal calls. So you may have an employee that does not have a business provided cell phone and they're just they just want the ability to make and receive phone calls from their own personal device.
Yeah.
So this allows them, again, to identify when they are getting a business call. We have notification built in. So you can see here, these are some of the basic settings where a user, maybe you're out having dinner and you simply just don't want to be disturbed with your business calls. You can just mute the device. That way, any calls or notifications that you're getting after hours, you're not interrupting any personal time that you're having. And again, the history is just easily laid out here where you're able to see all of the inbound calls that you have made, outbound calls, and everything is just really nicely laid out in a simple way it's really easy to digest.
Dwight, can you show me some of the general controls, such as things like controlling your microphone? Let's say somebody wants to put the mobile app on speaker on their cell, or they want to switch to a Bluetooth headset that they may have, or they want to switch it to just holding the cell phone up to their ear. What does those general controls look like?
Yeah. So again, the application is going to work well with any headset that's compatible with your phone. So my headset of choice is just some AirPods. And as soon as my AirPods are connected to my phone, the application is already going to know that there's a headset that's available for powering those phone calls. But in terms of your settings, in terms of what's available on the mobile side, under settings, you can see your basic profile information. This is just going to give you the business profile of the individual. But then down under call setting, and this is really one useful area, is where you're actually able to tell the mobile app if you wanted to use a 3G connection or a 4G connection. Maybe you have an individual that's in a low coverage area. The app is actually able to still function even outside of those areas where 3G and 4G may not be available.
Gotcha.
So there are other settings here in terms of messaging and voicemails.
One other one that I want you to show off a little bit, if you can show it in real time. Can you show some of the contact management, like the contact list and stuff? And the reason I bring this one up is because probably the biggest request that we get when people contact us is, hey, I've got employees that are using their own cell phones. That's fine. But we need a mobile app, but I need to make sure that our business contacts, things like the text messages back and forth between them, it's separate. It's not mixed in with their personal contact list on their Android or iPhone or vice versa. Can you show off a little bit of how the contact management works in the Vonage mobile app in respect to their personal stuff?
Sure. Absolutely. So again, the contact section is going to be in the lower left-hand corner here of the screen. And one thing that you'll notice when you're installing the app for the first time, it's always going to ask, hey, do you want Vonage to have access to any contacts that are natively stored on your phone? So even at the beginning, the user get that level of control where they can either give Vonage access to personal contacts, or you can just limit it to your business contacts, your directory that's provided within the application. But again, contacts are here. There's even one thing that our users seem to really like is a presence feature that's built into the contact management system. So as I'm scrolling through our internal directory on this account that I'm in, you can see next to an individual's profile picture or the initials of their name that there's a green dot that indicates that this individual is online and they're available for a phone call or a conference call. There's an easy way also to manage your favorite contacts, where if there are team members that you're collaborating with often, you can just star those people as favorite so that you have one click to quickly call that individual or send them a message.
Cool. One more thing I want to look at, which is probably the popular thing. It's not only the popular thing with the younger generation. I can't get into it like a lot of folks can, but post-pandemic and with the younger generation, texting has become the big thing. Can you show off what the texting area looks like, but also can you speak a bit on business number inbox, because that's the hot feature where people want to be able
It's
to have
huge.
control over what number they're texting from or receiving text to. Can you show that off, what the texting looks like, and speak on that a bit?
Absolutely. So Texan is the first icon that's displayed on the lower left-hand corner of the screen here. So from Texan, and for those that may not be familiar with the business inbox service that Vonage provides, it's a feature that allows you as a business to provision any of your marketed numbers and enable those numbers for text messages. And I say text message, but it's actually text and MMS.
Uh-huh.
So out of the box, the individual's telephone number is automatically provisioned for text messages. But with business inbox, what that business can do is if it's an 800 number or a local number, that number can also be enabled for text messages. So that way you're providing all of the means and all of the ways for your customers to reach you as many of the ways for customers to reach you as possible. But it's really simple here to start a text message. From the text message area, the top menu will divide all of my messages, and of course they are threaded. The middle section will filter out any media that has
Mm-hmm.
been sent through a text message. And then voicemail would be for voice calls where you can actually hear your voice messages and see that transcription if that's a service that's been added on for the user.
So that's an actual voice message that's in there. Was that a voicemail, or that's a voice message?
Yes. So no, this is an actual voice message, but there's an overlay of a transcription. We call it visual voicemail,
Okay.
where as the message is left on the account, Vonage will actually provide a transcription. So, if you're not able to listen to it in real time, you can read and get the gist of what that message is.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
But
I got one last thing for you. Is there any other features or functionality, anything new or noteworthy that you'd like to show the guest in the mobile app before we wrap it up?
yeah, again, just over the years, our application has been going through all types of iterations to really get it to the mature level that you are seeing right now. But one of the recent features that was really just added, and I actually was on a product call and didn't even realize that it had received this update, is under settings. One thing we've noticed from our customers is occasionally we will source and ask what type of useful features they would like to see added on to the app. And one of the highly requested ones was under call setting. And there's a feature here where you can distinguish a ringtone for internal calls and external calls.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's just a cool feature, right? So imagine if you're outside of the office, but you just need that audible notification to know
Uh-huh.
if this is a business call that's coming from outside of the organization, or if this is one of your colleagues just calling you to ask you a question. And now with this built-in distinguishing ringtone, you are now able to set a specific ringtone for those internal and external calls. So that's a pretty cool feature that I wanted to highlight.
That's pretty cool because, correct me if I'm wrong, the Vonage mobile app historically has always had, there's another ability it's always had. It always had the ability to where you could give the mobile app a distinctive ring for all calls. So if
Correct.
somebody was calling your personal cell phone number, you could give the Vonage mobile app a separate ring so that you knew it was somebody calling your Vonage number versus your personal cell. But now you're telling me Vonage is taking it a step deeper. Now you can have a separate distinctive ring as well for somebody internally calling you, like from another extension, versus like a customer calling you from outside of the company. That's pretty slick. I dig that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, like I said, occasionally we will gather information through surveys and really just building out the application and making it as customizable for our users. And that's one of the features that we've gotten a lot of requests for. So, we were able to add it with a recent update.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today, Dwight, and for your expertise and for showing my audience the mobile app today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad I was able to share some of this information, and look forward to the next video that we'll do together.
Yeah, man. So, for those of you who are watching this video, as you already know if you frequent our channel, we work with Vonage on quite literally a daily basis. Vonage has been a fan favorite here at Rich Technology Group for years. So if you're watching this and you're interested in learning more about Vonage, we can help you out with two things. Number one, I can connect you up with my contacts over at Vonage for a, private customized demo and phone call, discovery call of whether Vonage does or does not meet the needs of your business. And of course, as an added bonus for coming to Rich Technology Group to get access to Vonage, we can get you to access to special pricing that you typically can't get if you shop on your own. So our information is below this video for how you can get in contact with us. As always, this is Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, your go-to guy for the best deals on business phone and internet in the United States. And I'll catch you guys again in the next video.